These rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay? It's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them. Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say their name? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean,
the FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the fuck these broke niggas is. I'm just keeping it a buck. And their shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Oh, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
Right.
So they telling a whole nother story. This was whoopity-doo.
Peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. Come in. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. What's up, family? I hope y'all having a great weekend this weekend. Listen, Fat Joe done got beside himself, didn't he? Listen, first off, you started off by trying to call us black radical racists. Wow. That's deep. Also, you try to make it seem like we're trying to change some type of narrative when that's what you're doing, actually. You're the one who said Puerto Ricans and blacks created hip-hop 50-50, and because we shut your narrative down with facts, because you just said, he's not even from New York, and whoop-diddy-whoop. But see, you're talking about Tariq. One, he's not the leader. This is a lineage. Foundational Black American is a lineage. It's like saying African American, but we had to change the term because people try to tether on to us using that term. So now we're Foundational Black American freedmen. Freedmen as well. That's another term we use. So to say that he's the leader, there is no leader. The same way there's no leader of the Jamaicans, there's no leader of the Puerto Ricans, there's no leader of the whites, there's no leader of the Chinese. You see? There's no leader of a lineage. So when you speaking like that, you're absolutely emphatically wrong. So now you're mad because Tariq made that documentary and you're saying he's not from New York, but every single person that was in the documentary that was speaking was from New York. Besides Dewan B. See? So at the end of the day, and they were all the pioneers, they were all the people from the beginning. So for you to try to make it seem like he's trying to change some narrative, now you would have to say that the pioneers of hip hop, the original people from hip hop, are also in collusion with his narrative based off the documentary. But Fat Joe is funny because he also called us broke, which is crazy because there's so many foundational Black Americans that have more money than you, fam. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you know, it's crazy because he's mad truly because that documentary came out and it crushed his whole ideology or what he was trying to push as the narrative of how hip hop was created. But Fat Joe, you don't want this smoke. I'm telling you, you don't want this smoke. And it's funny because I noticed you'll go to platforms like Math Hoffa, who he's behind them. The machine is behind them. Because you got a lot of these platforms who got the machine behind them, and you can tell based off, one, who they interview, you can tell whether the machine's behind them or not. Also, you can tell by who they diss. The people that they diss or they have beef with are normally people who are independent. I noticed that, like Gilly and Wallow, I was about to say Willie. Gilly and Wallow, they're backed by a machine. You feel me? They backed by a machine. They don't really beef with nobody, but they're backed by a machine. Yes, they not going to say certain stuff. They not going to move a certain way on their platform because they're backed by that machine. You feel what I'm saying? So, and again, you can see the people that they interview, the commercials that they have on their channel. Like, so again, I was kind of saying that to say, so he goes on Math Hoffa's channel, you know, and I felt like that was purpose because he has an album also that he's trying to promote. I haven't heard it, probably whack, because Joe Budden's really not a good rapper. He's never been a lyricist. You feel me? You can make okay songs, but yeah, you might have just kind of floated through the rap industry really strictly based off you being Puerto Rican, because you're really not a good rapper. You're not. Your flow is like not like that. And to be from New York, your flow really not like that. Dead ass. Compared to all these niggas out there that can flow, Fat Joe's flow is really not like that. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy to really come at our neck like yo, you came with some real aggression, like black radical racist. And it's funny because this is the same thing that these other tethers, because he's a tether, this is the thing that the other tethers do on Twitter as well, where they always calling us xenophobic because we want to delineate. We want to separate ourselves from y'all. And again, this isn't on a social thing where we saying, yo, we live over here, y'all live over there, we don't want to be bothered with y'all. We're not talking like that. We're talking about delineating as far as our views, ideology, going after resources, stuff like that. We can't rock with you. You got to do your thing. We're going to do our thing. Again, we can mingle together and, you know, stuff like that. But yes, delineation is a thing. And people who are not foundational Black Americans, yo, well, not everybody, but a lot of people who aren't foundational Black Americans have a super problem with that. Have a problem with us delineating because they can't tether on to what we're doing anymore. They can't reap the benefits. Again, the benefit that Fat Joe was getting was trying to say that everybody created hip hop to make it some kumbaya type of birth story. But really, every single element came from foundational Black Americans, and every single person, from the first person who was rhyming over the beats, you know, the first beatboxer, the break dancer, like all of that. All of that. Every element was from foundational Black Americans. You can't deny that fact. That's a fact that you just can't deny. You know, nobody's saying that you weren't around. We're just saying that you were not there and you were not instrumental in the creation of it. Like, you just wasn't. You didn't have anything to do with any of the elements starting off. So to try to push that narrative that we co-created this 50-50 is just a lie. And again, I also think that he went there on purpose because he was trying to say, oh, we don't want to give them clout. You can't give foundational Black Americans clout. You can't give us clout. Nigga, we are the culture. We are the culture. Everybody around the world follows everything we do and copy everything we do. Foundational Black Americans. And that's a fact. You name it. You name anything from the clothes, from the style of dress, all of it. The way people talk, the music they listen to, everything boils right back down to foundational Black Americans. That's a fact. But Fat Joe is a hater, bro. He's a hater because him and Crazy Legs, and Dr. Cologne or whatever his name is, they all got their little narrative shut down of trying to crowbar Puerto Ricans into the creation story of hip hop. But Fat Joe was wild. Yeah, you right. We don't want to hear, because he said something about we don't want to hear Jamaicans, we don't want to hear Ghanaians. No, we don't want to hear anybody who's not foundational Black Americans speak on our culture, especially if you're going to speak on it wrong. No, we don't want to hear what you got to say. We don't. And another thing, we are absolutely tired of people who are not of the lineage representing us politically. You feel me? We done with that. So yes, we don't want you speaking for us. This is about foundational Black Americans. It's all about us. And again, you can be over there all about Puerto Ricans. Nobody's saying that you can't, be part of hip hop and rap and all of that. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that you can't mingle with Black folks. We just saying when it starts coming to these narratives, because y'all be trying to colonize our culture and try to, y'all try to take credit for stuff. You get me? Again, I don't even know if y'all know this, but they was talking about that whole Juan Crow thing. Like, listen, y'all try to crowbar yourself into everything. Juan Crow, like Jim Crow, right? They said it was Juan Crow, like things were happening. Like, come on. Everything about us, you try to attach yourself to try to make it seem like there's some equivalence there. On whatever level you want to feel like there's an equivalent there too. You know what I'm saying? But like, listen, man. Fat Joe, you barking up the wrong tree, player. And I know you got that corny ass album coming out. It's probably gonna flop. I'm telling you, I ain't even hear it and I already know it's corny. You feel me? Cause you never been a songwriter. I'll give you that. You can cook up songs, again, using other people as well. Like, you never really made a song that was like fire and it's just you on it. Nah. Somebody name me a Fat Joe song that was like platinum. You know what I mean? That was a hit. That's just Fat Joe on there. Nobody else. Name a song. Put it in the comments. But yeah, man, Fat Joe, man, he out of pocket, man. And at the end of the day, Fat Joe, listen. Foundational Black Americans, as long as you in America, nigga, everything about America is foundational Black Americans. You feel me? So you can talk all that craziness you want and they always try to, and this is how we know you a little op. We know you are op based off that same narrative. Again, another narrative that you trying to push that all these oppy people push, saying that Tariq is the leader. When you know we speaking of a lineage, you know we're talking about a lineage. See, it's a difference when people don't know. When you know exactly what people are talking about, but then you purposely say something that's like counter to that. Like, yo, you a op, fam. You a op. All the ops have that same narrative about Tariq being the leader of foundational Black Americans when there's no leader. Who's the leader of African Americans? Nobody. See what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, there's no leader of foundational Black Americans. We're not using the term African American no more. That's dud. That's a dud. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, man. Listen, we up out of here. I hope y'all having a blessed day, man. Peace, love, and reparations.